Hello, consultorial students, parents, SHSAT teachers, and friends. Dr. Ivan Khan here with the final installment of your best tips for the SHSAT exam with just 2 weeks left. So today's lesson will be the final tips before the exam. As you can see, we have our official Khan swag on. It is knowledge equals power. All of you, our teachers, our students, our parents have spent the last year learning advanced material for your success on the SHSAT. With this video, we expect you to put it all together, go out there for the SHSAT, and have an amazing testing day in just 2 weeks. So how are we going to do that, and why are we going to do that? We're going to get into all of that. But first and foremost, why did you choose consultorial in the first place? It is because of our track record. It is because of our history. It is because of our diagnostics. With nearly 5,000 students having gained acceptances to the specialized high schools, every single one of you have chosen the top place in New York City for the specialized high schools admission test. We have our workbooks that debuted this year. We had all of our students tackle these workbooks throughout the summer boot camps. And for everyone who took our workshops and our extra diagnostics right here, the good news is when you take your SHSAT exam in a few weeks, your actual SHSAT exam will look just like a Khan's diagnostic, and it'll be easier. So be ready, because you've already taken the most difficult diagnostics that you could here at Consultorial. But we want to be sure that you know why you're here. It's to decrease any natural stress and decrease any anxiety. And just as a reminder, to reassure every single one of you students, all of you parents, and all of you teachers that stress and anxiety have nothing on us for this exam with just 2 weeks left. We want to make sure that you're all focused with the utmost confidence, KHANFIDENCE, with the best test-taking skills. So we all know, taking 3 deep breaths before each section, you've been doing that every single week. We all know that the pencil and paper are going to be the best friends on this exam. We know we're going to walk in knowing that we're going to kill and ace this exam because we've already taken the most difficult material here at Cons. We want to ensure that you're physically strong and healthy and alert and awake for the big test day. We want to make sure all the decisions you make for the 2 weeks leading up to it are on point and don't lead you into any areas of distraction. We want to make sure that your time management for the final 2 weeks is optimized so you have the best ability to perform really well under the natural pressure of the SHSAT. The great news is that you've already been doing this 1 year, and with the final 2-week push, every single one of you have enough skills and enough practice, hopefully, to get yourself into one of the specialized high schools. Another reason we want to make sure that you get a chance to watch this is so you can maximize your focus. You want to make sure you're accurate when you're taking the exam and taking some amazing notes for your reading and your comprehension. We want to make sure you're being good time management and you're pacing yourself well, and you're not spending too much time for the easy questions and you're getting through those quickly and spending a little bit more time for the more difficult questions. All of you know this. We also want to know and make sure that you're keeping stress far away from you as possible so you can achieve your goal of going in and taking this exam like it's any other diagnostic at Cons, and you're going to do really, really well. So let's start with making sure to avoid distractions. We want to maintain our concentration. We want to optimize our learning, reduce stress, and maximize our prep. How are we going to do that? We're going to have to create some boundaries for the next few weeks with those at home and maybe even our friends and classmates at school. And how we want to make sure to always think positively. Avoid any discouraging thoughts. Keep a positive mindset. Keep that natural anxiety at bay. Get some exercise in. Be sure to run and walk at least 15-20 minutes a day. At least spend some time speaking with those that make you feel more confident. And that way you'll have the utmost resilience to get you through these next 2 weeks. And that's for optimal preparation. And that's, how do we do that? The most important thing is to be practicing 2 hours every day. On the screen, you should be seeing the Cons fall practice schedule. And you know that when you come home, take a small break, get freshened up, watch a little TV, play some Roblox, play some video games, but you got to start your practice work by 4:30 or 5 p.m. You got to start your consultorial practice work by 4:30 or 5 p.m. And we know you got to do that for 2 hours every day. What are we going to practice, you ask? Well, the answer is simple. It's the consultorial's SHSAT workbooks. Any single one of you that have been enrolled into our workshops since April or May got these as a complimentary aspect of your enrollment into our programs. And even those that haven't enrolled into workshop, you've all been requested and it's been made mandatory to purchase these books on Amazon.com. So huge shouts to our partners, Mr. Doug, for all of your leadership with our amazing consultorial SHSAT workbooks. And we really, really hope every single one of you are using our workbooks to practice 2 hours every day. If you're done with our workbooks, all of you have the consultorial book list. The consultorial book list should remind you that there's some excellent books out there that are left, whether it's some practice tests from the Barron's book, Tutorverse, Solomon Brothers, Solomon Academy, and also the SHSAT handbook from New York City's DOE website. There's plenty of material out there, parents. It's up to us to help our kids download it, print it out, and get these time practice tests in. So besides practicing 2 hours a day, we have to make sure to maintain our physical wellness, and that starts with good nutrition and also good sleep. So we'll speak about your nutrition for the next 2 weeks. You want to have regular meals every day. A lot of us tend to skip breakfast because we're just used to it. You're going to have to sit and have breakfast for the next 2 weeks every single day. That means a bagel with cream cheese for all of you New Yorkers watching this. Clearly, this is a New York City exam. Or a bowl of cereal. Or eggs and toast. Have something light, healthy, and filling for the next 2 weeks so your body gets used to having that fuel that your brain will need for the big bad SHSAT exam on exam day. So be sure to eat 3 regular meals. Avoid exotic foods that you're not used to having and just have the same regular meals as you can for the next 2 weeks that you're used to having. And be sure to have them on time and not skip any meals. Next up, please avoid all invitations, dawats, and parties. If you're a Bangladeshi New Yorker like I am, hopefully you love your culture just as much as I do. If you're a South Asian New Yorker, if you're a West Indian New Yorker, if you're Latin, Black, Eastern European, East Asian, we practically have the United Nations of students here at Consultorial. And one thing, from no matter what part of the world you're in, we love going over people's houses, building our communities, and that's one thing we want to pause for the next 2 weeks. We will not be encouraging too many social gatherings for the next 2 weeks. This will give our kids distraction-free 2 weeks, and we have to be sure to give them that chance at succeeding and really, really focusing on their final 2 weeks of practice. Next up, good sleep. We've already talked about good nutrition and having a distraction-free home with no parties and dawats and invitations. We got to go to sleep by 9 or 10 p.m. every single night, including the weekends. We want to be sure that we are going to bed at 9 or 10 p.m. because all of that studying that we're doing from these books, all of that information gets stored when we sleep. So that's actually happening when we're sleeping, and we need to get to bed by 9 or 10 p.m. to maximize the number and amount of practice that we can get between now and the SHSAT. So sleep is really, really critical. I know a lot of you are used to going to sleep at 10:30, 11, or even 12 a.m. That is a surefire way to not get accepted to the specialized high schools. So parents, warning, if your child is going to sleep past 10:30, you are in the danger zone. Let's move it up to 9 or 10 p.m. and keep it moving to the next one. Avoid conflicts with your friends, parents, siblings, and families. We want to be sure that during this time, you're not getting yourself caught up in the natural stress of the moment. A lot of your parents, I'm talking to you, a lot of you parents are being extra anxious right now and extra stressed out. As parents, it's up to us to calm it down and be more relaxing and more poised and lead a very calm environment in the house. Believe me when I tell you that your child is more than prepared. Right now, the most important thing is getting their mental confidence ready. And in order to do that, parents and friends and siblings, we got to avoid any conflicts and think positive thoughts only. Next up is a really quick tip. Dress up in layers and plan your test day outfit the week of your exam. So if you know you're going to be taking your test at school on Wednesday, November 8th, or if you know you're going to be taking it at a different middle school a few weekends later, depending on the type of school you go to, you always want to have a few layers. As you can see, I am rocking the Constatorial Knowledge Equals Power signature long sleeve t-shirt. But in case this room gets too hot, I have a short sleeve t-shirt underneath as well. So in case I need to quickly take off one layer to make sure to be really comfortable, I can do that. If you have a zip-up hoodie, that is also great for layers. Always have a long sleeve t-shirt, and be sure to plan that outfit out before so you're not scrambling during the test day. Be sure to eat regular, healthy breakfast before exams. I know we spoke about the 3 meals per day, but having that breakfast and making sure it's healthy and balanced is something you're going to have to get used to for the next 2 weeks. And, finally, remember to keep your confidence high. You are here at a place that's been around for about 30 years now. We're entering our 30th year with nearly 5,000 students who've already gotten acceptances. That just means you're next, and you've been preparing, and you got to walk in knowing that you're going to ace that exam. Remember that your pencil and paper are your best friends on the exam. Your pencil and paper are your best friends on the exam. During the reading comprehension section, you folks know I'm going to go into annotate. Any of the paragraphs on the side, you got to make sure to annotate. And then use process of elimination and use your pencils for every single opportunity that you can. Finally, we want to make sure that after you take the SHSAT, you have something fun planned. Plan something fun with your family, your friends, your cousins, maybe a trip to the museum, a trip to the movies, a sleepover at your cousin's house. You want to have something fun to look forward to. Here at Cons, mom and dad, for your amazing achievement. Students are getting medals. Students are getting certificates. We have esteemed, distinguished guests visiting to congratulate the families. So please, just remember, keep your confidence going. There's a lot to look forward to here as we have the final 2 weeks before your exam. Thank you for choosing Constatorial for your preparation towards this year's SHSAT. Thank you for getting our books. And as always, thank you for telling your friends and family about your positive experience here at Cons. We can't wait for you all to take your exam and do really well. And until then, we can't wait to see you and pay it forward and have a great SAT exam. Best wishes to you all from all of us here at Constatorial.